All right, guys, so today's workout, you are going to need 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells. And so it's really going to depend on what equipment is available, what order you've done the workouts throughout this week. So it will be kind of important to plan on or plan the order out and come in and see what we have available. So we have a strength EMOM to start, and then a nice little conditioning workout down here to finish. So let's go over this 12-minute EMOM. You got to cycle through movements 1, 2, and 3 for a total of 4 sets. And it will be important to keep track of the time so that you can make sure you're starting every set on the minute. All right, so I'm going to have Diane go over the dumbbell or kettlebell floor press. So she's going to start with kettlebells, and your kettlebells probably aren't going to be too heavy, so that's why we're going every minute on the minute with very similar movements. So the floor press, she's going to start with the weights by her hips, all right? And then she's gonna lay back, keeping her elbows bent, her elbows hit the ground, and then she kind of levers the weights up into her start position. So she uses the elbow as, I think it's a fulcrum is the correct term. I'm not sure on that, don't quote me. So from here, you notice her hand is stacked right on top of her elbow, and then she's going to basically do a bench press. She's going to press that weight up so it finishes with her hand over her shoulder. So there is a slight angle going on here. All right, so it's a limited range of motion as compared to your normal bench press. So you'll be able to do a little bit more weight, or that weight will feel a little bit lighter, but it is engaging the same muscles, and it's actually a little bit more gentle on your shoulders as well. All right, so you can do the same thing with the dumbbells, which I'll have her show you. You're just going to set the dumbbells up tall and pivot back in the exact same fashion. Right, so lever it up on your elbows, and then you're pressing. All right, so it's the same movement, just different implements that you're using. Okay, so that's movement 1. Movement 2 is a push-up. You're going to do 10 push-ups. So you guys all know how to do a push-up. Drop down, touch your chest, lock your elbows out. If you need to drop to your knees, you can do it that way. If you want to, you can do what we call diamond push-ups. So you're going to make a diamond with your hand, and this turns it into pretty much a tricep dominant push-up. All right, so you're going down, touching your chest to your hands, and then pressing back up. So again, a lot of arms in that one. Or if you'd like to, and you have dumbbells, probably won't work very well. I wouldn't recommend doing this with kettlebells actually. You're going to do a deficit push-up. So it just increases the range of motion, makes the push-ups a little bit more challenging. If you want to throw a tempo in with any of that stuff, you're finding that it might be a little bit too easy for you, you're good at push-ups, then you can slow things down a little bit with the tempo. And then the third movement on that is 30 seconds of wall walks or handstand holds. So for the wall walks, find a wall, a safe spot to do this at your house. Start with your chest on the ground, feet on the wall. And one thing that's really important here is that you keep a good plank with your body. You do not at any point want your hips to be sagging down towards the ground. All right, so she's going to push up, walk her feet up the wall, and Diane, with her shoulder range of motion, can't get as close as is prescribed. So she scales it to a comfortable position for her, and then she walks her hands back out. Again, keeping her hips above that midline. All right? So if you're wanting to do this prescribed, then you would touch your chest and your chin to the wall. But I only want you to do that if you feel comfortable doing that and if you can do it safely. All right? The other version of this, instead of doing wall walks, is going to be a handstand hold. And so, again, just find a safe spot to do this. You're just going to kick up on the wall, one leg at a time, trying to maintain a nice straight line with your body. Only your heels should be touching the wall, and it again should be straight from your heels all the way down to your hands, all right? And then come off the wall safely. So 30-second hold there, or 30 seconds of wall walks, as many as you can get, and then you're starting over. We're going through that for 12 minutes, again, 4 sets each. So let's talk about our workout. Helen meets DT. So Helen is 3 rounds of run 400, and you have kettlebell swings and pull-ups. DT is with the barbell, and it's 5 rounds of 12 deadlifts, 9 hang cleans, and 6 push presses. So we kind of meshed these two together into a fun little workout here. So 3 rounds for time, run 400 meters, and then you do your weight stuff. So let's go over how the deadlifts, cleans, and presses are done. So if you're using kettlebells, you're going to do a double kettlebell deadlift, and we're going outside the leg. So your feet are in close weights on the outside of your feet, and she's just gonna stand up with those weights. And then drop them back down to the ground. Obviously, it's a deadlift, so your back needs to stay flat. You should be using your butt and your hamstrings for this movement. Okay? If you're doing it with the dumbbells, same thing, right? Except we just need one head of the dumbbell to touch the ground on this. So she's standing up with the weights outside of her feet and setting them back down. All right? So that's your deadlifts. Then we're moving on to the double kettlebell or dumbbell hang clean. So for this one, you're going with the weights inside your legs. You're going to swing them back, and we're just doing a double kettlebell thing here. So pushing the hands through, getting a good rack position. Her hand is right by her jaw where she can hit herself in the face, thumbs at the collarbone. All right, and the kettlebell is just sitting nicely in that pocket. She's going to swing them back down, get a good hinge at the hips, push the hands through right back to that rack position. All right, so you do need to demonstrate a little bit of control there at the top, just like she was. It shouldn't be just a hit and right back down. And then with the dumbbells, the same thing. You're swinging it in between your legs, and you're coming up, and your finish position is one head of the dumbbell on the shoulder. Elbows need to be in front of your hands. All right, so she's swinging them back down and back up. All right. So what I don't want to see is you just hitting the dumbbell to your shoulder as your end range of motion, right? Just like that. Okay. So we want to get the elbow all the way through. And then the last movement is the push press. So we've got double kettlebell push press. So you can just keep it up in that rack position. It's just a dip and press overhead. Get a nice straight line from the top all the way down each rep. All right, full lockout. Okay? And it is, since it is a push press, you can use your legs. That is okay. And then for the dumbbells, same thing. Keep it in that same front rack. It's just a dip, press, up overhead, getting a good lockout. All right. So for this workout, again, it's the numbers of reps decrease as you go along. 12 deadlifts, 9 hang cleans, 6 push presses with that 400-meter run. And if you want to change it up just a little bit, you feel like this might be a little bit more intense than you're feeling like doing on whatever day you're doing this, and you want to throw a little rest in there, you can throw a 2-minute rest in between rounds. If you want to do it with a partner, you could alternate rounds with a partner. But just do your best to measure a true 400 meters, and that way you're doing at least the same work that everybody else is. So good luck with this one. I look forward to seeing how everybody does.